In this video, we will use the position of a particle that's given by a cubic polynomial, and we will use the definition of a derivative to find the velocity at a point, and then we will find the acceleration, and then the acceleration at a point. So we will start by finding the velocity of the particle. This is called v of t, which is often known as the derivative with respect to time of the position, which we often denote by s. And so this is just the limit as h approaches 0 of s at t plus h minus s at t all over h. Okay, and so this first part is obtained by getting this equation here and plugging in s plus t. And what is h plus t. What is that equation that I highlighted? It's 7t cubed plus 6t plus 9. So I'm going to replace every t in that equation by t plus h. So let's do that. So I get the limit as h approaches 0 of 7, and then it was t plus h cubed plus 6 times t plus h plus 9, and that's what we get for s of t plus h. And then I'm going to subtract to this s of t, and s of t is just the equation that is given to us for the position of the particle. So this will be 7t cubed plus 6t plus 9. And then we have to divide this by h. And now we have to figure this out. So the first part we want to compute is the t plus h cubed. So let's figure out what t plus h cubed is. And we could do this by noticing that this is t plus h times t plus h squared. And t plus h squared can be found by the perfect square formula, or by finding the area of a square that looks like this. Okay, so the perfect square formula will tell you that t plus h squared is t squared plus 2ht plus h squared, which is the same thing that we get from just finding the areas of each individual square, where one side is length t, some of them is length h, or they're technically rectangles at some points. Okay, so we have t plus h times t squared plus 2ht plus h squared. And now we have to figure out what that is. So we have to distribute t plus h into t squared plus 2ht plus h squared. And when you do that, you're going to get the following. You could also, write it out the following way as a little rectangle. Okay, but regardless, this will give you t times t squared, which is t cubed. And then it'll give you t times 2ht, which is 2ht squared. And then it'll give you t times h squared, will give you h squared t. And then you'll multiply h with t squared, that will give you ht squared. And then you'll multiply h with 2ht, which will give you 2h squared t. And then you'll multiply h with h squared, which will give you h cubed. And that's the distribution of that. So t plus h cubed really looks like t cubed plus, since we're adding all the like terms, all the terms that have the same amount of h's and t's. So ht squared adds 2ht squared adds with ht squared, which gives you 3ht squares. And then h squared t adds with 2h squared t, so that gives us 3h squared t. And then we have an h cubed. And so the limit, the velocity, which is the limit as h goes to 0, really turns into 7 times t cubed plus 3ht squared plus 3h squared t plus h cubed. Okay, and then we still have plus 6 t plus h, so we could distribute this 6, so that gives us 6t plus 6h plus 9. And we could also distribute the negative sign, so that gives us negative 7t cubed plus, minus, because we have to distribute the negative sign, minus 6t minus 9 all over h. And we're not quite done yet. We still have to do a little bit more. So now we get that the velocity is the limit as h approaches 0. We could distribute the 7, so we get 7t cubed plus 21ht squared plus 21h squared t plus 7h cubed plus 6t plus 6h plus 9 minus 7t cubed minus 6t minus 9 all over h. And we hope that all the numbers without h's cancel out. And we can notice the 7t cubes, they cancel out to 0. And also the 6t's cancel out to zeros. And finally the 9's cancel out to zeros. And then we notice that the numerator, all the terms have an h in common. So I'm going to underline all the h's. And so that tells us all the terms that are remaining. That lets us know that we could take out an h, and then for each one of the terms, so the 21ht squared, we'll remove that one h, and so that will leave us with 21t squared for the first term. For the second term, we'll remove one of the h's, so that will leave us with 21ht. The third term, which is 7h cubed, we take out an h, so that leaves us with 7h squared. And finally, the last term, which is the 6h, just gives us a 6 once we remove one of those h's. And then the h's cancel out in the numerator and the denominator to the number 1, and then we could plug in 0 for every remaining h value. And when we do that, we get 21t squared plus 21 times 0t plus 7 times 0 squared plus 6, which is just the velocity of t, which equals to 21t squared plus 6. And so now that we have the velocity at t, we could, and then by the way, this is what you would plug in here. You would plug in 21t squared plus 6. And now what happens when we plug in the number 3 to that? So what's v of 3? This is 21 times 3 squared plus 6, which is 21 times 9 plus 6, which is 189 plus 6, which is 195. So this is 195 meters per second is the velocity of this thing. Okay, we should double check that. We should always double check with our calculators, okay? Because mental math is great, but calculator work is even better sometimes, right? Like sometimes it makes mistakes too. And then if you want to see that, there's plenty of YouTube videos where calculators break down, okay? And if there's not, send me an email and I'll show you one. I'll make a video on it. Okay, so let's try to find now the acceleration. So finding a of t. So to do that, we know that a of t is the derivative with respect to t of the velocity, which is the limit as h approaches 0 of the velocity at t plus h minus the velocity at t all over h, which is the limit as h approaches 0 of 21t plus h squared plus 6 minus the velocity, which is 21t squared plus 6. Okay, so we just plug them into the equation. And this t plus h squared, we've done it already. We did it up here, okay, in this box. So we know it's t squared plus 2ht plus h squared. So this is the limit as h approaches 0 of 21 times t squared plus 2ht plus h squared plus 6 minus 21t squared minus 6. Don't forget to distribute the negative sign. And this is why I put it in brackets so that we don't confuse it with just negative 21t squared plus 6. So to make sure that that 6 is actually a negative sign. Okay, and so this equals to the limit. As h approaches 0, we distribute the 21, so we get 21t squared plus 42ht plus 21h squared minus 21t squared minus 6 all over h. And so at this point, what we want to do is we want to cancel out all the terms that do not have h's on it. So the 21t squares will cancel out. I ate a 6. Okay, so I forgot to write a 6 here. So let's write plus 6 here. And this is, you got to be careful because of that, right? Like those are common mistakes. So I would normally restart the video and record it again, but I think it's important for us to see, you know, that those are the type of things. I know what I'm expecting. I'm expecting everything without an h to cancel. So the fact that it didn't was an indication to me that there was something wrong. And so I was able to go back to this part here and look at this part here and ask myself, did I forget to write something down? And I noticed I forgot to write down that 6. So the negative 6 wasn't canceling first. And so that told me, hey, I made a mistake. I looked for it and then I found it quickly, okay? And now that we see that, we could rewrite this as the limit of h approaches 0 of 42ht plus 21h squared over h. And I want you to notice that the top has both of those numbers share an h. They also share a 21, but really my goal is to get rid of the h on the bottom. So I don't really care to factor out it completely. I just want to factor out an h out. That's really what I want to do here. That's how I know if I'm doing it correctly. And at this point, the h's cancel out, and we're left with the limit as h approaches 0 of 42t plus 21h. And then once I plug in 0 to the h's, I get 42t plus 21 times 0, and that gives me the acceleration. The acceleration of t is what we get when we simplify that, which is just 42t, and that's what you would plug in to part C of it. You would plug in 42t, and that's it. And then now we have to figure out the acceleration at 3 seconds, so that means just plug in 3. So it's really 42 times 3, which is 126, I think. And let's double check that. I think I'm right, but let's double check that. 42 times 3 is 126 meters per second squares. And we're done with the problem. And I know this was a long one, but the techniques are similar to the ones we've done before. And so have a nice day, and goodbye.